Hello everyone and welcome back to Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Gambit, where in order to save at the end of the last episode, I had to select something wrong. Yeah, I am definitely... Yeah, anyway. Can't remember the same both times. They probably use some the same techniques, right? Back on Earth, they connect with the objections here, you can see. You're right, there must be something. Matter miles, no evidence after all, such a shame. Wait, what? I have the evidence, it's right here. What connects Kay and Sean's abductions? What does connect? Forged, not the forged letter, behind the scenes photo. Miss Hart's statement. Miss Hart was on the first floor. Didn't see the president pass through. Security camera footage. And Sean's rehearsal tape. Blue truck. Mechanic's gloves. I-7 incident. Miss Lloyd's tape. Bug. I don't think Sean was bugged. Night's possessions. Report on night. Okay, a bouquet of lion lilies. I don't think that had anything to do with Kay. Oh! Well, alright, that's right there. That's nice and convenient.
Kay was drugged with a dose of a powerful sedative. The bottle of sedative was found right where Sean was being held captive. The very same brand, no less.
I knew you'd try something like this. So the same sedative was used. So what? Does that mean everything's connected? Yep. You know as well as I do, that doesn't prove anything for sure. That is true. We must have something. Oh, is that not it? There must be a piece of evidence that can tie him to both crimes. Cops, prosecutors, you, Miles, you're all the same at the end of the day. You force the evidence to fit the crime or you flat out make it up, just as long as somebody goes to jail. We've gotten better at that, thank you very much. You're no different from a certain other evidence tamperer we've had the misfortune of meeting. No, we're a lot better than that guy.
Objection!
No, I'm nothing like him.
Objection!
Then show me. Hit me with your killer piece of evidence. You must have one, right? Ugh. It's no use. We don't have anything that can tie him directly to both kidnappings. Okay, you about done there, Miles. No more cheap shots left to fire. Great, we'll have a show to be rehearsing for. So if you don't mind...
Objection!
Hey, come on now, you two. There's no need to get all hot under the collar. Wouldn't want your good looks running down your face now, would we, Simeon, old pal?
Well, what are you sticking your nose in for?
Hey, I just sensed the vibe getting a little harsh and heavy, yeah? I thought I'd lighten the mood. Help me out here, Kay. Lift our spirits with a little dose of the old Grey Thief magic.
You don't have to tell me twice. Okay, let me see if I can do Simeon's voice. Here goes. Objection. What are you? Take this seriously, will you?
Now you could do with somebody running a little interference for you, Miles, sir. Not the most ethical approach, I know, but again, Kay, again.
You can worry about whether or not this is the right thing to do later. This is my last chance to try and prove a connection between Mr. Saint and his crimes. Let's forget the kidnappings for now. Is there anything else that suggests he is our mastermind? Of course. Canis was looking for a secret string puller too, the young pup as he called him. If I could prove that Mr. Saint was that same young pup, then perhaps... But what evidence do I have that might point to him being involved in the scenes? Well, there was the fact that he... I don't know if we have anything for this. He seemed to be like the intermediary... Pocket chest set and a ring that made from his father's signature stamp. Oh shoot, I wish I could look at this, because was Saint using the stamp? Hot air balloon. I feel like that's all I've got to work with. Right, 'cause so the idea was Canis only wrote in Braille. Knight never wrote in Braille, but the messages were always switched when they got to the other person. That's gotta be it.
Well, this is it. This proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that you're involved in this case.
Huh. Well, I can't say I'm not intrigued. Alright, join the dots for me.
Oh, with pleasure. Now if you look here and then hold this like this.
Oh, no, Mr. Edgeworth. It's all wrong. Totally wrong. Wait, did I? Oh. You have to join in, Kay. Oh, there has to be something. It's here somewhere. I'm sure of it. And that proves... What evidence do I have? What? I don't know. Report on night. I swear it's the... I wish I had one of his letters, because maybe I'm misremembering. I thought that his stamp was on the notes, but I don't think we have any. Oh wait, I do. Oh, they don't have it. Why did I think it did? Oh my god, this. Think you and Mr. Knight were both communicating with this person, Mr. King. Yeah, there it is. And that same person might well be our secret string puller. Dang. Okay. That's right, our mastermind was involved in Canis and Knight's correspondence chess exchanges. If I can prove that Mr. Saint was the hidden intermediary between the two of them... Alright, that's enough. This is getting painful. You don't have anything and I have to practice for the show, so if you don't mind...
Thank you, Mr. Fender. I can take it from here.
And I can't take any more of your interventions.
Ooh, just look at that face. Yeah, I like it. Mauserino back in the game for sure.
I'm Simeon the funny clown. Look at me. I'm, juggling.
Okay, you can stop now. Mr. Saint, you're a fan of chess, I take it.
Huh? Where did that come from? Chess, sure, I don't hate it.
No, secret string puller was playing correspondence chess with Mr. Canis.
Objection.
I thought Bronco Knight was the one playing chess with Canis. You're saying he was your so-called mastermind?
No, it wasn't him. Whoever it was went on manipulating events even after Knight's death. Take a look at this letter if you would. Who do you think could have written it? I believe it was the person who had inserted themselves between Mr. Canis and Knight.
You think that person was me? Why'd I go to all that trouble? That's crazy.
To make it appear that the two men were connected and communicating directly with one another. The very fact that led Fifi the guard to murder him.
That's true. What? You're saying he set that up to try and get Mr. Knight killed?
Objection.
Listen to yourself. What do you think I am? Some kind of evil puppet master? Yes, exactly. You've seen me. I can barely even get the animals to do what I want. That seems like an act. If we could find one of the letters he passed between Knight and Canis, that would prove the connection beyond a doubt.
I'd like to have your room searched. I believe you might find...
Objection.
Letters you won't. Trust me.
What?
Once I'm done with something, I put it straight in the trash. I guess I'm not the sentimental type. Why get hung up on the past, right? Ugh. He must have disposed of any incriminating items in order to cover his tracks. I guess you went in without evidence you needed once again, huh? That's a bad habit, you know. So this doesn't prove anything either. We've fallen short yet again. What do we do now? Are we out of options? You accuse me of betraying my friend and you don't even have any proof. You're despicable.
Who was that?
Hi. Miss Barry, what does she want? Sorry, it's just, I was thinking about what you were saying, and, this Knight person? You mean Bronco, right? Simeon's friend?
Yes, what of it?
Does she know something? A letter came for him this morning, for Simeon.
What?
What did you... How is that possible? Knight is dead.
Miss Barry, we need to see this letter right away.
Sure, here you go. Let's open it up, shall we? Here's my next move. Pawn to g6. Anybody else smell checkmate? Can't wait to see your face when you lose, but you're never going to beat me. Not at chess.
That's another correspondence chess letter.
The next move from the game with Mr. Canis. Can anybody else smell checkmate? I can't wait to see your face when you lose, but you are never going to beat me. Not at chess.
This post marked the 26th of March, the day before Knight died. I guess I must have gotten held up en route.
Well, we do move around a lot. It's part of being in a traveling circus. Our mailer is late all the time.
Interesting that it's addressed directly to you, Mr. Saint.
Oh, that's not gonna help.
This is it, isn't it? The proof we needed that you were the one facilitating Mr. Canis and Knight's games. One of the letters you would have transcribed into Braille, in order to create the illusion that they were somehow connected.
Curse you, Bronco. You're still getting in my way even now. I hate you. I hate you. Simeon, how could you? Mr. Knight was your only friend. Ha! We weren't friends. I stopped thinking he was my friend 18 years ago.
Right around the time of the IS-7 incident, in other words.
I nearly froze to death because of him. I was just about to head out and meet my dad in the contest, but then Bronco showed up. He pinned me down and tied me up. He was crying the whole time, whining on and on. I'm sorry, but my dad says I have to do this. And if I don't do what he says, he's so scary. Dang, this game gets dark. Stop it, Bronco, stop it. I have to meet my dad, I promised. If I'm not there to taste his candy for him, he'll be so upset. He needs me. If I don't go, he won't be able to show everybody he's the best in the world. But no, he locked me in that car with him, and the two of us nearly died. He thought he'd get out, but when he tried the door, it was frozen shut. We were trapped. And that's how I lost my dad. You lost your dad? Yeah, Bronco's dad killed mine. He was the son of a murderer.
What does he mean? That doesn't match up with what we know at all. Simeon, the victim of the IS evidence, was a guy named Artie Frost.
We already know that one. Yeah, that was my dad's name. My memories got kind of scrambled that day. What little I remembered was pretty mixed up. So I didn't find out until later that my dad was murdered.
The murderer was a man named Camillo Gusto, a confectioner.
Really? I never knew Bronco's father's name. Maybe I chose not to remember. Ugh. Just thinking about that sicko that killed my dad turns my stomach.
Mr. Saint, are you sure you don't know the name of the murderer until just now?
You think I'd sit on it if I did? No, I'd have reported it to the police straight away. All I knew was that Bronco's dad tricked my dad. And that's how I knew my dad was the one who was killed that day. Bronco was a traitor. He helped his father murder mine. He was the son of a cold-blooded killer. He deserved to die.
I'm sorry, Mr. Saint, but you've made a mistake. The big one.
Mistake? What do you mean?
Artie Frost was a sculptor. He'd been working in France not so long before the murder, under the name Paul Halik.
So I hear, but I don't remember anything about that. I wish I could.
Well, I'm afraid it's only natural that you don't, because he wasn't your father.
Huh. Is this your idea of a joke? Well, it's not funny. Not at all. Wait, we already established all this, though. Because, Knight had the ring. Had the Paul Halik ring.
You're right, it's not. But you need to know the uncomfortable truth. This piece of evidence proves that you're not Artie Frost's son.
Oh. This. Huh. A Bronco's chess set and a ring.
Yes, take a look at the ring for me if you would. What does the engraving on it tell you?
It's 2 letters, right?
It is. This is a seal with which Paul Halik used to mark his works. It was found next to Artie Frost's body 18 years ago.
But why would Bronco have a memento of my father?
The police looked for Frost's son for a long time. Eventually they found him. The ring was handed over to the man they were able to prove was his child, Bronco Knight.
What? But that's not... That would mean I was...
Precisely, that you are in fact the son of Carmelo Gusto.
No, there can't be. My dad was... I remember, don't I? Bronco tied me up and locked me in that car. It was his fault I lost my dad. He deserved to die, didn't he? Wait, so I get to see your circus thing even though I'm in jail? I was looking forward to the next move in our little chess game, so the show is just the icing on the top. Yeah, I think you'll enjoy it. I will, and hey, come back soon, okay? I'll be mulling over my next move in the meantime. Oh, speaking of which, I put a little something in your chess set, but you can't take a look at it. But you can take a look at it later. A little something. No idea what that might be, but thanks. Only you hadn't detained me 18 years ago. Oh. Wouldn't have had to end like this. Huh? Did you say something? It was nothing. Oh, this is all new. Goodbye, Bronco, and farewell. I did all that, now you're telling me that it was my father who killed Bronco? Then what was all this for? I didn't want to wind up dead, too. I didn't want to be weak and vulnerable. That's why I tried to be like Canis, why I stayed in touch with him all these years. Alright, well that, helps.
And there we have it, the truth at last. The Mr. Saint to you and Mr. Canis' correspondence chess partner. And you're the one manipulating events this whole time.
You're right. It was me. It was me all along.
At last, he's finally telling the truth.
I was the one who witnessed the murder 12 years ago, but you knew that already.
The president's assassination, just as we thought. Which means he's the one who drew the picture.
And they knew it too. That's why. The guard kept questioning me, day in and day out. It got so I couldn't face what I knew the next day would bring. I was a nervous wreck. Who could blame me for wanting to get out of there?
But I imagine it wasn't as easy as simply running away. The winner would have sent his men after you.
No matter where I went, they were on me. They never stopped coming. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. I couldn't sleep at night. Even the smallest noise had me chasing shadows. Drove me crazy. So I joined the circus. At least that way, moving from place to place was part of the job. My life has been up against the chief prosecutor and the warden of a prison. No regular person could hope to stand up to people like that. At the time I was a child, I had nobody. But they weren't even the worst of it. The body double was behind it all, controlling everything. He may have been fake, but he was the president of an entire country. What hope did I have? There's only one person I could turn to, Canis, the man who saved my life. He wasn't like Bronco. He really did want to help.
That's quite a claim. Strange to think of our famously ruthless assassin winning the admiration of the child he saved.
He showed me how to stop being a victim, to stop being hunted, become a hunter myself, and they all became my prey.
But I doubt even you imagine that the body double would ever go so far as to co-opt our country's police.
No, sure didn't. As long as Winter was around, no evidence was ever going to stand. He even nearly managed to ruin things this morning. The guard almost got away with it again. But I know him now like I know the back of my hand. I could see exactly how it was going to all go down.
So he saw right through their plan. Chairman Winter would try to suppress the evidence and warn the guard's trial.
I see, and that's why you kidnapped Sean, correct? You wanted to force a guilty verdict regardless of the presence of evidence or the rule of law.
Maybe I did, but how else was I going to make them pay for what happened 12 years ago?
Whatever helps you sleep at night, but Winter pulled one last surprise, didn't he? He tried to kidnap Sean himself in the hope of influencing the verdict. In other words, you chose the exact same course of action as the man you so fervently claim to hate.
Objection.
That's only if I'd actually kidnapped anyone at all, but I'd never do anything so wicked. Never ever me commit crime. No. Besides, I don't hate the three of them. If anything, I'm grateful. If they hadn't done what they did, my revenge wouldn't have been nearly as fun.
So you admit it, your motive in all this was nothing more than revenge.
Sure, I admit it. So what? I despised every single one of them. But here's the kicker. I didn't kill anybody.
Interesting.
The most you can blame me for is writing the odd letter here and there. A quick note to Ringer to tell her about Winter, and another to him so that he knew about her. But the fact that they wanted to kill each other and one of them succeeded, that was all them. That's a fair point, actually. So, you take no responsibility for the fact that your actions resulted in multiple murders. Right. It's the same thing at Gourd Lake. People are much easier to control than animals, you know. The old fake assassination plot, I handed that to Bronco on a plate. And it was part of his plan, too?
So Rook's murderer was.
Objection.
No. That was all Bronco's idea. Nothing to do with me at all. Still, it moved things in the right direction, wouldn't you say? It's a fake crazy thing. You can't talk like that about a murder. Setting the guard up was easy, too. I just made it seem like Knight and Cadmus were in contact with each other. And slit the chisel inside the chest set.
So it was you who put it in there.
Yes, it was. I thought that might point everybody nicely in Cadmus' direction. Worked out pretty well, even if I do say so myself. Who knew that would be all it took to make the awful woman murder poor Bronco? I guess she got to where she just saw enemies everywhere she looked. I know the feeling. Even the smallest thing can send your paranoia into overdrive, and then things get ugly quickly. I had a front row seat for the whole show. You were the last piece to be put in play, of course.
Who, me?
You saw both cases and finally brought down Winter and Lagarde. I guess you could say your powers of deduction were the weapon that put an end to them both. Ooh.
I didn't solve the cases for your sake.
Well, I don't think that matters. Sure, you didn't know you were doing me a favor. You were just playing at being an attorney for a little while, right?
What did you say?
All I had to do was cower and say no a few times. And you rode to my rescue like the hero you are.
Was getting arrested part of your plan too?
No, that wasn't something I expected, I have to admit. I never thought they'd take the chisel for the murder weapon. That was a real plot twist. Made my blood run cold, for sure. But then, who should come running through with the turnabout to end all turnabouts? The greatest legal mind of his generation, my knight in shining armor. Bet it felt pretty good saving me like that, huh? You ought to thank me, you know. I don't do that for many people. You're wrong. He wasn't playing at being an attorney. He was trying to help you, because helping people is what Mr. Edgeworth does. He helped me right when I needed it the most. Okay. Aw, did he? You sure he wasn't just trying on his dear departed daddy's shoes for size? No, that's not what he was doing.
Yeah, come on, K-Meister, don't let this clown get you down. He's projecting plain and simple, painting other folks with his own grubby brush. It's not just that he doesn't trust other people, the poor kid doesn't even understand the concept. Doing something for somebody else's sake? Forget about it, he'll never understand.
You think I care what you have to say about me? Consider this for a second. I've gotten my revenge on everybody I set out to get it from, and yet... Ooh, here we go. Can't prove I incited anything. Alright, we'll go ahead and call it an episode here. We'll pick this up in the next one. I hope you're also enjoying this as much as I am. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.